If you've ever wanted to get more members to enroll in your gym so you can have more students paying you on a monthly basis at your martial arts school, but you weren't sure where exactly to start or exactly what to do, don't worry. I'm going to give you the 5 steps to gym profits in this video so you can see exactly where to start and exactly what to do in which order. I'm going to make it super simple for you, so watch till the end of the video because when you put it all together, it's extremely powerful. So if you're like most martial arts studio owners, you're probably doing decent, but you feel like you could be doing so much more. And you've probably tried some things in the past that have gotten you mixed results. Some stuff kind of worked well, some stuff didn't. Some worked well for a bit of time and then fizzled out. Other things just never took off, right? But whatever you did, you probably have a list of former members and former leads that you haven't hit up in a while. Well, guess what? Step number 1 is to send them an offer. And the best way to get them out of your contact database and into your payment processing is by sending them a discount. Now, that's going to vary from studio to studio. And typically what we would recommend to start is a 12-month discount where someone pays for whatever your average stick rate is plus 1 month. So if your average client stays 6 months, then we go ahead and take the price of whatever 7 months would be, and we allow them to buy 12 months at that price because we've now extended our average customer lifetime value by 1 month. You've already paid for these leads with time, energy, and sometimes money. You put work into getting them to reach out and contact you. They're former members, so at some point they like the gym, and maybe right now is the right time where the leads are willing to get off the fence and try something new because it just wasn't the right time before. Or maybe your former members have been thinking about coming back to the gym, but they just need a little something to get them over the fence. This one is what that's for. And so when I ran this for the first time for one of my clients, we brought in $10,000 in paid in fulls within a couple days. I did it again at a very, very small gym, and we brought in $3,000 in paid in fulls in 24 hours. So the question is, would an extra $3,000 be cool to get in the next 24 hours? You're already sitting on the money. There's some people that want to buy martial arts from you that just need it to be brought to the front of their mind so that they can go ahead and commit to doing it today. That's why we send out the email campaign. And if you've got a text message software, go ahead and send that out as well. If you do not have an email or a text or both, go ahead and tap the link in the description. I've got you free trials for these things in the cheat sheet with all the softwares that we use. Step number 2, now that we've already sold something to everybody who was a former member or a lead at one point, well, we're going to go ahead and generate new leads. So we're going to start advertising. So step 2 is advertising because you want a steady flow of new prospects who are interested in trying martial arts at your facility coming through the front door. We're going to go ahead and run ads that collect name, email, and phone number. That way, your front desk can follow up with them, and we can put them into automated softwares that follow up to make sure that no one slips through the cracks. Again, there's a link in the description with a cheat sheet with all these softwares. I've got you free trials. These are super powerful, and they even help me bring one gym from struggling and not being able to pay their heating bill to $2 million in sales inside of 18 months at a single location. So go ahead and download that. So now that you're running ads and you've got leads coming in, a certain percentage of them are going to just buy. You don't even have to have a sales team. Some people just want to buy. That's like 10 to 20% of the market usually. Those are what we refer to as low-hanging fruit because they're right there for the picking. You just got to let them know you got a gym. But the thing is even though they came in and they bought, you've still got 80 to 90% of the people who you paid for with ads who haven't bought from you. So we're going to go ahead and hit them with step 3, which is follow up with automated campaigns. And this is where we use those softwares that we just talked about that you can get in the description to follow up with them in a way where we set it up once and we forget about it. It just drip feeds them content over time. And then if you ever have a special event, you can send out an email blast or a text message campaign specifically for that event. But everything else is automated. It's all happening in the background while you're teaching martial arts or spending time with your family. These follow-ups are going out automatically so you can get more of those people who you've paid for to come through the door and show you a return on your investment. Currently, I only work with martial arts studios. Previously, I had worked with a gymnastics studio and I got them 132 paid trial leads in their first month. But the thing is each one of those paid trial leads was a mom. So it turned out that each mom didn't just have one kid. Some had one kid, some had two, some had as many as 4 kids, all off one lead. And that turned into hundreds of new trial members in the front door. And following up with hundreds of moms per month manually is a nightmare. That's why we use software to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. So now you're blasting out sales to everybody who's ever been in your gym that's not a current member. Now you're running local ads so you get more interested leads coming into your pipeline. You're getting a certain number of sales off those leads just automatically because those are the low-hanging fruit they just buy. And you're following up with automations so that nobody slips through the cracks on the other 80 to 90% of the people who didn't just buy immediately. That way we get your numbers up on the same amount of investment and you start printing profits because everything after a certain point is pure profit. Your overhead stays the same. The rent payment on your lease stays the same. And you've already spent the money in advertising that you had already spent anyway. So all the new members you get that start paying you monthly, that's just gravy. And step 5, I see so many studio owners overlook this one. The other stuff is pretty intuitive and makes sense, right? Like if I told you that, you're like, okay, that's obvious. I know I need to do it. Maybe you just haven't been doing it. Maybe you want us to do it for you. Maybe you want to do it yourself. You just haven't got around to it. Whatever the case is, right? It's like, hey, get more people in the door, sell them some stuff. Well, step number 5 is actually the opposite of step number 1. In step number 1, we said sell to everyone who's not currently buying from you. Well, step number 5 is sell something else to everybody who's bought from you. So now that you've got actual buyers, people that have taken their credit card out and given it to you, signed up and paid you, you know they spend money. So give them more stuff to buy. That's step number 5. That can be upsells where you offer them paid in fulls so you can collect more cash up front. Typically, 10 to 20% of people will take an upsell if you offer them a 6-month or a 12-month upsell. Now here's where you sell them merch packages, you sell them gear, you sell them private lessons, and you put a system in place to ask for referrals. That way every new member you get turns into more than one new member because you've got a referral machine in place. And again, this is pure profit because your rent and your advertising stays the same. You're just getting more money from the same amount of spend. Does that make sense? Anyway, that's the 5 most straightforward steps to getting more profits in your martial arts school by getting more memberships to sign up, more enrollments to pay you, and more referrals. And if you want to see a software that will print cash for you starting today, go ahead and tap this video right here because I'm going to show you a live demo of this software that I built out for you that literally takes you from the sales you're losing today to never missing a sale again. You're losing sales and it just saves the sales. It's freaking nuts. Go ahead and tap this video right here and get started today. Let's go.